You're saying,
yeah.
okay, we do not know the precise
We
when.
do not, but we do know the birthing pains. I think I've talked about this
The
before.
signposts.
Yes, you know, the fact that we're so divisive, even among Christians. We don't seem to agree in theology. We fight. We you know, there's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of people that have a cold heart for other people. And he basically said this is what's going to happen before the end. These are all the signs that will happen before the end. So we don't know if we're in the last century, if we're in the last decade. We don't know. But we do know that, and you know, I've often told you, I'm like, well, there were 2,000 years before Christ, right, that are in the Bible. And then we're now at 2,000 years after Christ.
Yeah, let's elaborate this idea so it's more clear what we're saying. So Jesus was born right around the year 4 BC. Jesus died in about 32 AD, roughly. The exact dates are not known. But what you're saying is that if you go back 1,000 years before Christ, you get King David. And if you go 1,000 years before that, well, about halfway through, you get Moses, and then 2,000 years ago, you get Abraham. So Abraham is the beginning. Abraham is the launching of the covenant. So you're saying there's 2,000 years roughly from Abraham to Jesus, and it's 2,000 years roughly from Jesus to now. And you're saying maybe that puts Jesus in a way right in the middle of
the
things.
Center.
Right.
Yes.
And it's also worth noting, by the way, and I've seen other people make this point, that Jerusalem is physically in the center of the earth.
Yes.
That if you look at a map,
yes,
and you look at the world, and you try to locate its center, and let's just say the countries are all blotted out, and you're just doing it based on geometry. You're looking at it. You're given a pen. Okay, go highlight the center. You're going to land not that far away from Jerusalem. So you have the geographic center, you have the historical or the center of the timeline, right? Now, in the film, we were pretty cautious about this topic because, as we both know, there are elaborate schools of theology, the premillennials, the postmillennials, and they lay out in a kind of sequential pattern. This will happen, and this will happen next, and this will happen next, and this after that. And we don't really go there. We don't even describe these schools. We simply say there are a couple of large landmarks. Now, one of them, of course, is the return of the Jews to Israel.
Yes, absolutely. And don't you also see the just horrific anti-Semitism that is happening right now as a sign?
I see to me, it's even stronger to note the twin hostilities toward Judaism and Christianity. When I first came to America around 1980, I had $500 in my pocket. That's it. Now, if I'd been really frugal and not spent a penny of that money, what do you think it would be worth now? What could it actually buy now compared to what it could buy in 1980? Well, the answer, less than $130. Now, why is that? Because the U.S. government, through the Fed, is constantly printing money and devaluing your money. When the government prints money, there's more money chasing the same amount of goods and services. So guess what? Money goes down in value. Money buys less. The Fed has been at it since 1913. That's why a dollar today can buy just what a few cents could buy in 1913. And the government continues to print oceans of money. It really never stops. Now, an ounce of gold reached a high of $850 in 1980. It's worth now around $3,900 an ounce. So historically, over time, we see gold has gone up and up in value. Dollars have gone down and down. And what about in the last 12 months? Gold is up over 40%. I believe now is the time to find out how you can diversify your savings with gold and silver. And this is why I've partnered with Goldco. They offer the best customer service for precious metals ownership. They are also the only gold dealer that offers a first-time gold buyer rebate of up to 10% in bonus silver on qualified purchases. There's no better offer out there, so take advantage. To learn more about how to safeguard your savings from the dollar's decline, go to dineshgold.com. Very simple, easy to remember, dineshgold.com.